Hello beautiful people, let's bake bread in a pot without an oven. Yes, it's possible. Here is my bread pan. I'm going to grease it generously with butter so that the bread wouldn't stick when it's coming out from the oven. And in my bowl I added in milk, yeast and sugar, and we're going to stir this to combine properly. It's important you note that it's your yeast that will help your bread to rise, except you're using a self-rising flour. Otherwise, cover this if you're not sure. You should see some foamy signs after 5 minutes. That's to tell you that the yeast is still active. And I brought in egg. I also brought in a little nutmeg powder for flavoring, and will also stir this to combine properly. I came in with the bread flour and salt. We'll start mixing this to get a shaggy dough. When it gets to this point where I can mix it easily with a spatula, I came in with my washed hands and will bring this together till all the dry flour is absorbed. And I transferred it to my work table for easier work, and I added in butter. Here is my scraper. It's always handy when you're kneading by hand. We'll mix this together for the butter to be well absorbed into the dough, and we'll start kneading this. At first, this might seem sticky. Don't be tempted to add in lots of flour to accommodate it. Knead it for 2 minutes, and if it's still very sticky, you add in some couple tablespoons of flour to help the dough. When it gets too messy, with the scraper, you clean your work table and you continue kneading. We'll knead this between 7 to 10 minutes till it's soft and fluffy like this. And we'll turn this into a ball shape and flip it to the other side. And in my bowl, I added in a little oil and I brought in the dough. This will help the dough not to stick when we are proofing it. I covered it with my plastic wrap. That will help to retain the moisture in the dough and will allow this to rest for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, this has risen a little bit. I spread out a little flour and I brought in the dough, and we're going to deflate all the bubbles in the dough. This dough is a bit sticky, and I'm dusting my hands in the flour so that it wouldn't stick to my hands. Form this into a ball shape again. And we're going to cut this dough. So I cut mine into 6 places. We'll pick 1/4 dough per time and turn it into a ball shape. And we're going to pinch the underneath very well, and we'll transfer them all into a greased bread pan. I'll cover this with my clean kitchen towel, and I'll allow it to sit on my counter between 40 minutes to 1 hour because I live in the warm regions. If you live in the cold regions, you might have to send this to the oven with the oven turned off. The aim is to have it to have doubled in size before baking. Let's go and bake. We'll be baking with the pot, and we'll not be using high heat to bake this. We'll be using very low heat. When you're baking with the pot, you will need an elevation. That's why I'm bringing in this stove stand. If you do not have this stove stand, you can use sand or any empty metal container to elevate the bread pan, and we'll cover this and preheat it like you preheat an electric oven. Your pot cover should not have any air vent, that's any hole in it, because we'll need all the heat intact to bake this bread to perfection. You need to wear protective gloves because this is very hot at this time, and we brought in the bread pan. Also cover this tightly and bake between 40 minutes to 45 minutes on very low heat. Within this period, do not be opening and closing this pot. By 40 minutes, you could already perceive the aroma of this bread, and you can see that the sides have turned a little bit golden brown in color. The top of the bread still looks white, but don't worry. Remember that the heat is coming only from underneath. It's perfectly baked. When you're baking the bread, the dough should rise even further. And because mine didn't see any more room, it got pressed by the pot cover. That's still fine because we'll still eat it as it is. You can see the pot is not burnt, because that's the question I get often where people ask, won't the pot burn? As long as your pot is clean from the beginning, it's not going to burn. Here is our bread. We're going to quickly take it out from the bread pan before it starts sweating. And when you tap the underneath, it should give you an hollow sound. That's to tell you that the bread is well baked. I always say that homemade recipes are the best and every meal is possible in your kitchen. That you do not have an oven should not stop you from baking anything, whether it be bread, cookies, cake. I hope this video was helpful to you and you were able to learn a thing or more. Remember, a glory homemaker will give you value for your time. And cutting into this bread, you can see how soft and fluffy it is and tastes so good. It is well baked even though our heat was coming only from underneath. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.